All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, the UCLA Bruins woke up this morning definitely feeling good about themselves as they dominated Hawaii at home yesterday and they cruised to the 44-10 victory at the Rose Bowl. Now, look no further than UCLA's ground attack as they had 244 yards on the ground. And after just one quarter, the Bruins were up by the score of 24-3. Now, you cannot gloss over the importance of this win. And I say that because this is year number 4 for UCLA under head football coach Chip Kelly. And this is the first time in the Chip Kelly era that UCLA won their first game of the season. So you look at it, but I know it's just one game, but the Bruins just had a different vibe to them overall. And you look at this, everything looks like it's starting to come together. Quarterback Dorian Thompson Robinson must still play better, but it's easier to build off of a win rather than a loss. You look at what UCLA did on the ground, most notably junior running back Zach Charbonnet, as he had 106 yards on just 6 carries and 3 touchdowns on the ground. And, when you think about Chip Kelly, you think about scoring a lot of points, but a lot of those points, in the fast-paced offense, they come in the ground game. And you look at this, UCLA really established the line of scrimmage. They have a very veteran group, nothing but juniors and one grad transfer in that offensive line. And that is so important to have that cohesion. But I think overall, what we are seeing right now, it's all about Kelly's system, but it's all about the guys that Kelly put into that system because they have multiple years here. A lot of juniors and a lot of seniors on this UCLA starting front. And that's very important because these are the guys that Kelly recruited for his system. They've been in that system for multiple years. They understand the ins and the outs and all the nuances that come with it. And with that said, you need that cohesion if you're going to win. And let's don't we cannot overstate it. I mean, the first 3 years of Kelly's tenure in at UCLA, they have been underwhelming. They're only 10-21. And you look at it, last year was very embarrassing for the Bruins. And I think it's so imperative and so important for them to get off to a strong start like they did right here. Now, this is just a tune-up for UCLA as they're going to welcome the Bayou Bengals. And I'm talking about the LSU Tigers to Pasadena next Saturday night. Super important game, not only for UCLA, but also the Pac 12, because you're talking about not just facing an SEC power. LSU won the national championship 2 years ago, and this is a team who's looking to get back on track after a subpar 2020 themselves. You think about how the Pac 12 overall is really, a couple of steps behind, the SEC, the ACC, and the Big 12 and the Big 10. So you look at it right now, and it's so important for your conference to go out there and take care of business in those non-conference tilts. That's how you get respect. So UCLA has an opportunity to do that for themselves and the conference next Saturday. Of course, the folks in the Gulf region, they're dealing with a lot with a hurricane right now in LSU. They're going to move their practice facilities leading up to this game. So I would imagine that LSU would probably, head out west a couple of days early for this contest to, allow themselves to get a little bit more acclimated with the West Coast leading up to it. But this is still a big time game that the UCLA is looking at. You look at it, this UCLA defense, they stepped up. They had 2 interceptions yesterday. And when you think about Chip Kelly's teams, they're really never really good on the defensive side of the ball. So for them to go out there and get 2 picks, granted, I know that it's Hawaii. And, Hawaii is not going to be contending for the national championship. I'm not even sure if Hawaii is going to win the Mountain West this year. But nonetheless, you have to go out there and get your footing and get your sea legs. And I think that was important for UCLA. I think it was very important for them to get this win, get this tune-up win leading into the LSU game. I think it was more important for them to play Hawaii before playing LSU to get a feel, get some game reps for their offense, get some game reps for their team overall, as opposed to LSU being your season opener. And let's not forget, UCLA is going to be LSU's first opponent next Saturday for this college football season. UCLA, obviously, they have a win under their belts and they're feeling good about themselves. And now they have something to build off of. And if you're the Bruins, you want to try to keep this momentum going because if they're able to pull off the upset at home next Saturday, very good chance that they beat Fresno State in 2 weeks at home. And you figure you would have had two games and you possibly could be 2-0. You go into a bye week and then you come back for Fresno State at home, then you would have an opportunity to be 3-0 heading into Pac-12 play. And if UCLA could be 5-4, if not better, in the Pac-12 this season, I think that would be a huge shot in the arm for this program. As you know, Kelly is looking to turn things around. It's been a very tough time for UCLA. They were 3-4 last season, 4-8. 4-8 in 2019, 3-9 in 2018. And then you think back to Jim Mora's last year in 2017 when they went 5-7, which was right behind them going 4-8 in the previous year. So for the Bruins, it's been a tough go at it as of late. They need this to try to get back on track. And again, I cannot overstate the importance of this victory for UCLA. Hopefully, for their sake, they're able to build off of that, get the momentum that they need to be competitive and win games in the Pac-12. But this is definitely the start that the Bruins needed for the 2021 college football season. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take the time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out. Drop a line and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin, signing off, saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.